I could eat about 15 of these right now. So it's time to make some all beef sausage. Now, as with my other sausage videos, I'm taking a page out of the Chuds book of sausage making, which is probably one of the most helpful places to start if you're looking to get into sausage making. So I'm really excited about doing this. So let's dive into an all beef sausage. And to start, I'm gonna get all point meat from brisket. Now, you can use here anything you want. If you have lean meat and you have some spare fat lying around, you can trim it up. You want a good 70-30 or 80-20 mix of fat. And I was able to, actually, I kind of broke down a couple of briskets because I'm in Texas and I can get full packer briskets. And this is all point meat, but oftentimes at Costco or the grocery store, you can find some brisket point meat. It's a great place to start. You don't have to find any extra fats, you know, like from like trimmings or anything like that. It's kind of like in the box, all ready to go. So that's what I have here. I have some point meat. As you can see, it's super marbled, super. It's brilliant. So we're gonna use this. I've had this in the freezer for over an hour, so the pieces are nice and chunky and frozen, but not too frozen that they're gonna like gunk up my little meat grinder here, but they are gonna make it easier for the grinder to ingest and put through and to process because they're in more, harder chunks. And the real benefit of that is your meat's not going to start like rendering fat as it goes through here and starts to kind of like bind together too soon. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get our season mix together. We're gonna grind this up, we'll mix it, we'll add in our liquids, and then we'll case it up for some true all beef sausage. So let's start there. Let's get the seasonings going because that's my least favorite part to mix. And then we'll get to the grinding and the mixing. So let's do that right now and we'll get started. Today we're going to be using our coarse dye. For today's ingredients, we're going to do 45 grams of salt, 25 grams of granulated garlic, 15 grams of mustard, 10 grams of paprika. We got 20 grams of cayenne for a little heat, 25 grams of pepper, 6 grams of pink curing salt. Since we're going to do a low and slow on this one, we're going to make sure we have low and slow protection. Protects against the development of bacteria and botulism, which we don't want. So pink salt, number 1, not Himalayan salt. This is pink curing salt. We have our last one going in as 7 grams of turmeric. For our binder today, we're gonna use our milk powder classic, as we always do. This is gonna be 90 grams of milk powder. And again, you wanna put that milk binder in there because it's gonna help with emulsion. It's gonna help with getting a nice plump, juicy sausage. It adds volume. So these are all the good things we want to add into our sausage. So let's go ahead and give this a good mix. Then we'll grind the meat, mix it up, and we'll be good to go. Start casing. One quick note, we're putting in the pink salt because we're doing a cold smoke. If you're not doing a cold smoke, do not put in the pink salt. If you're gonna make the sausage right now, you're gonna grind it up, case it, and smoke it, don't put the pink salt and don't do the cold smoke. You're just gonna have to cook those things right up to 150 and then you can follow the steps as normal. All right, nice good mix. Look at that color. Let's get to the good part, grinding the meat. All right, look how beautiful this is. 5 pounds of prime beef right there, ready for some seasoning and some sausage. So let's get it in the mixer, mix it up, get it going. I'm gonna put the old dry seasonings in here. Now, normally I would do this a little at a time, but I'm running short on time today, so it's going all in. Hopefully, this won't explode all over my face. Anybody want to take a bet? I bet it's gonna explode all over my face. Let's see. Hey, it didn't explode all over my face. All right, perfect. So I got the dry ingredients at least a little bit mixed in there. Now what I want to do is add my liquid to this one. This was beef stock today. 226 grams of said beef stock. This is gonna get it nice and tacky. Now we want to mix this until it's super, super tacky. The more tacky, the better. It's gonna case better, it's gonna live in a sausage better, all the good stuff. So, super tacky, beef stock in, let's get it going. I let this go for about 3 to 5 minutes or something. And this stuff is tacky, which is what I'm looking for. It pulls my glove off. I mean, it sticks to my glove. This is great. The tackier the better. We want a nice, solid, and smart casing. So we're gonna get this out and get it in the stuffer, and the smell is divine. This beef sausage is gonna be amazing. All right, we're gonna go with our regular size horn today, and I'm gonna try to do this one-handed because I'm lazy, and I also am cheap and don't wanna throw away another rubber glove today. Now time to stuff our bucket. Now, we wanna make sure as always that we stuff this down in there really good. We wanna reduce all the air pockets that we can because when we case it, we don't want that air to go into our sausage. Punch that stuff down in there. Makes for a good sausage experience. Punch it down in there. And as always, I had to represent with a Chud sticker since he was the one who got me interested in the freaking sausage making. Thanks, Chud. Okay, now before we case this, what we actually want to do is get enough meat going through the tube that we're not going to like jam any air down there. So let's get our meat going through. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, let's poop it out a little bit. That's when you know it's ready. So the hog casings here are going to come in a like very salt-filled package, and that's good. It's preservation method, but when you get it, you have to clean it out pretty significantly. So you clean it out and you wash it up, and that's nice and good. Now, when you actually case the sausage, you want to find the end and kind of do like a little 2-finger spreader there, and then you want to get water inside. I don't know if you can see it, but water inside the casing so that you continue to flush it out and get any of that residual salt in there. So once we have that going, we've got the little meat going in there. We know what we're doing. We're just gonna like put it on the horn, baby. Don't be shy, get right in there. Okay, and if you ever find that your meat is not going on or your casing's not going on too easily, it's probably because you don't have the meat sticking out. So, all right, now we're at the end. We gotta tie it off. So we're gonna grab it and do a little like whoop, sloop, and pull because you want a high integrity knot. Cut off the tip. Bradley made a really good point about this. He's like, he does this by feel with his hands. I actually find that to be very true also. So you may find it easier to do this without gloves and just do it with that. So what we wanna do here is we wanna treat the sausage nice and gentle, but get a nice fill up, create some good back pressure so that like the casing has a way to fill up and not be too loose, because a loose sausage is not something that anybody wants. So I wanna fill this up nice and good. If you burst it, don't worry. Just like tie it off, start again, and you'll be just fine. All right, so again, nice good back pressure. I'm showing you this way first so you can kind of see what I'm doing, and then I will kind of switch my hand grip so that I can do it faster, better. Okay, so now we have a nice plump sausage starter. Let's get this going, and then we'll tie off each sausage as we go. If you get any air bubbles like this, take the back of your knife, do a quick little tap, and it will create a small perforation that doesn't cause your sausage to burst and will also release the air. So again, some nice good back pressure. The casing is stronger than I thought it was gonna be, so which is good, but you still wanna give it a nice gentle feel, but still get a nice firm pack. Good. And since I did the other ones towards me, I'm gonna do this away from me. Take a look at that. Beautiful. All beef sausage. Delicious. So we're gonna put these in the fridge because we want them to dry out the casings, get it nice and tacky so that it accepts a lot of smoke. When we put it on the smoker, we're gonna cold smoke it. We want it to get all the smoke it can possibly get. So we put it here. It'll dry out the casings. It'll allow us to step them out, make them individual links, like individual outside of the coil here, and it'll be perfect for the smoke. And we'll cold smoke it, smoke them up, eat them. Delicious. All right. Look at these guys. After one overnight rest, they are feeling nice. I just gotta say, look, I mean, I just love this color. It's that turmeric in there, that nice orange color. I'm really excited about this all beef sausage. So let's get these cut up into individual links and get them on the smoker separated so that they all get a nice, good amount of smoke adhering to them for the best, most smoky, delicious flavor. So let's cut them up, get them on the pit. Look at these beautifully cut links. Just again, wanna appreciate like how beautiful that looks. My God. All right, let's get these on the pit. All right, so we're gonna cold smoke these with no heat, just the smoke tube smoke for about 4 or 5 hours or so. Then we'll turn on the heat, cook them to an internal temperature of about 150. Then we'll take them out for the ice bath, shock them, and then get them back on to cook to an internal temperature of about 165 after the ice bath. And we'll see in about 4 to 5 hours. It's been about 4 hours looking at these beef sausages. They got a lot of good smoke on them, so I'm really happy to see that. Got some good color. All right, these guys have reached a wonderful internal temperature of 150. Look at that guy. This all beef sausage is making my heart sing. So now we're ready for the next phase of the process. We're gonna dunk them in an ice bath. The reason we do that is so that we can stop the cooking process immediately. We don't want these to carry over cook. We want to stop any fat render that's going on, and it'll help shrink up the casing for a good snappy bite later. And that's really the goal of why make sausage if you're not gonna get that nice snappy bite? So we do that, we're gonna get them in the bath. It'll also give us a chance to clean off all the dust and soot and like ash that gets any from the smoker. All that's gonna get washed off right here. So let's get them into the ice bath and then we'll get them cleaned up. I'm gonna let these soak for just about a minute or two. I don't wanna have any problems with infusion of water, but I do want them to cool down and stop cooking completely. Then we'll get the paper towels, we'll wipe them down, and then we'll move on to the next part of the process. This is also the part where if you wanted to save some for later, it'd be a good time to vac seal them. And then, because obviously the next phase is to cook them to 165 where we do want that fat render. And so this is a good place to stop. And once you're finished wiping them off, it's a good place to store them for, future meals. So let's let these sit for a minute. See you in a few minutes. Once this beautiful baby reached an internal temperature of about 160, 165, I took it off, let it rest for about 5 or 10 minutes. So now it's time to see how we did. Let's cut this bad boy open, cut some coins, and try it out. Oh yeah, I can tell, oh man, I can already tell this. Look at this. The juice is just coming out of it. That's how we do it. Look at that. All right, I can't wait to try this. I love beef sausage. I find that a lot of times it's over seasoned. I don't think we did that this time. Let's try it out. Beautiful coin. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is unbelievable. Hats off to Chud for another delicious recipe. Man, this is good. You can see, that's why that emulsion is so important. You've really got to get that nice tight mix in there to get that nice compact sausage. Now I did have a little bit of a bubble there, but this thing is juicy, delicious. It's got a little kick to it, but we can't not do snap test. We gotta do the bite test, make sure we're getting a nice snap. Let's see if the microphone will pick it up. Let's try out. Oh yeah. Now the snap is there. It's not quite the same as in the pork snap, but the casing is perfectly snappy. And when I bite into it, I think there's just so much juice in here, probably like soaked into the casing a little bit. But there's snap. The texture of this is absolutely perfect. I could eat about 15 of these right now. I'm so happy with the way the sausages came out. I'll be making this again and again and again. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate you coming by, stopping by the channel and watching, supporting. See you on the next one.